everyone, welcome to the channel. I am L to the W. I am a veteran, a YouTuber, and a serious car enthusiast, and a very avid coffee drinker. Oh yeah, buddy. Anyhow, this is my beautiful 2017 50th anniversary Camaro. Those of you who've been watching the channel for a while know it's been down for a deer strike, and I'm just I had a bad experience with the paint shop, getting the paint totally wrong with this car, and I've just an absolute fear of taking to everyone else. And don't even make a comment down below, please, about blending, because I don't even want to hear it. I'm not going to do a blend on this car. This car, I mean, you really have to see these cars in person. The way the fender makes contact with the hood. This front end is very flat. It touches the hood. Down below, the bottom part of the fender zigzags. There's like a Z where the fender and the bumper cover match. So that would mean now I have to paint the other fender. I have to paint this hood. We have to paint half the doors or something like that back. And I'm not about to redo half this car. If you guys don't know, like the 50th, I'm not sure, you can see right here the orange striping. It has striping and stuff from the factory. You can kind of see right here, look at how much of the front end touches the hood. So to blend this car, you have to paint the entirety of the front and then slowly transition it to the back. And I'm not about to do that to this car. This is a special car, and I got to find somebody who just knows how to paint, is bottom line. But anyhow, like I promised before, this is the car that we are putting the TR7 spark plugs in. Ever since I boosted with the Procharger, this is what my tuner recommended. Actually, I bought this through Faztech. Great people, not bashing them, but they told me to get the TR6s, and I bought them. And then my tuner said get the TR7s. I went to order them. Rock Auto was out, and understand, like Rock Auto, they're $4 a piece. If I go down to the auto parts store, they want like $9 a piece. So I went ahead and just put in the TR6s, and now I'm getting a misfire, and it doesn't sound too good. So while it's down, I know it seems a little weird, but it's not running, but I'm going to go ahead and put in the plugs now. So anyhow, when I first did this, I did not have that Procharger sitting here eating up a lot of space. So as you can see, this eats up a lot of the side of the car here. Now granted, this thing will pop right out, but what I'm concerned about is how close that is to the cylinder head, and if I can get in there to get number one spark plug. I already know for over there that reservoir, I need to unbolt it and I'll wire tie it out of the way. So basically, I guess I should explain what the need of changing the spark plugs is. It's not because it's a tune-up issue. It's because of the extra boost that's created by the Procharger. Spark plugs run on what they call a heat range. And basically, because you got more dense, I guess, combustion going on, it's recommended to run one step colder to keep from detonating and that, and help ignite. Because, you know, you got a lot more pressure involved in there, so you need more spark to get that going. So he recommended a 0.30 gap, so we're going to use our reader here to figure out this gap. It feels like it's about 40 thousandths. So it means now we have to bend this thing down. We have to use these little tabs here on this. And then we put it here in the spark plug. Then we're just going to give it a little tweak to bend it down and close that gap up. So, and I can bore you. Next scene, we'll put them in the car. Look at that, how pretty. Anyways, got that out of the, air filter out, and it looks like I got pretty good access to spark plugs. You're definitely going to want one of these boot removers, especially the very first time you ever take these off, because man, what a major freaking pain it is. These things get stuck on there. So if you can, try to give these like a little bit of a twist, break them loose. And there we go. So let's say 2 tools that'll help make doing spark plugs easier is a ratchet like this that has a handle. This one's by Stanley. I got it at Walmart. And it just very finely, and it turns everything so easy. And one of these is just something that's gripped that lets you turn. So you can get in there and turn the spark plug. So this is the first one that came out, and you look at it, it looks pretty dang fouled out. So these are the TR6. So hopefully the TR7 will be a lot better, because according to my tuner, the 6s were the same heat range as the factory. You gotta be careful when you're doing this that you don't bang the tip of the spark plug and change the gap that you set. So tip to Camaro owners, this red lettering here on the Camaro is like really sensitive. I've put a chip there. I got a couple of chips, so easiest thing we're going to do is just grab this thing and peel it back towards you. And then it just kind of lifts out. There's a couple little hooks down here in the bottom. Right here. See, it kind of hooks and then pushes in, and we're going to get that out of the way. And then I should have learned from the first time I did this, this gray gets dirty really easy. So we're just going to take a mat and cover that for right now. And now need to get this tank out of the way. So I can't move this thing because it's got hoses on both sides, so the easiest way is to undo the small one, and this is where one of your old spark plugs will come in handy. So we're going to use it to plug up this hose so we don't leak any antifreeze. Now we're going to use one of these vacuum fitting plugs to go over this fitting. Perfect. Look at that. Now we can get this whole thing out of the way like that. As you can see on the passenger side, we still got plenty of room to get to the to work here. Just these heater hoses right here are a little bit of a pain. Be nice if they weren't kind of right there, but I guess they have to be somewhere. That's done. That definitely went a whole lot easier the second time than the first time. So the first time the boots were so stuck on there. I don't know what they did to it, but they were almost impossible. Like I said, that back spark plug is so hard because it's hard to get a reference as to what kind of angle you need to get in at. So that one's definitely worse, but it's not impossible. My Trans Am was definitely a lot harder, but there we go. So hopefully we won't foul these ones out. So who's ready for a cold start? That sounds so much better, believe it or not. Before, I mean, it was just sputtering and shaking. Look at it, idle's already calmed down. Right where it needs to be. Whew, oh my God. It's probably blowing off some of that carbon that's been built up. I really need a driver. Kind of can't. The front end will fall off. We'll do something. Before I do, I just want to talk about some support for the channel. A couple ways it's absolutely free of charge. Number one is if you see an ad, if you would just watch it. I know I hate ads too, but it's the way we make money. So I do have them skippable. If you don't want them, you can still go ahead and skip it. I just ask that you do watch it. Another way that's totally free is like, shares, comments, and subscribe. The more subscribers you get, the more comments and likes, things like that. YouTube sees that there's a lot of interest in the video and they'll recommend it more. Also, if you got people that like vlogs or are interested in cars, go ahead and share the content with them. Try to get them to subscribe as well. And then another way is down below in the description link, there's a little drop down menu. There's some Amazon affiliate links. It costs you absolutely nothing to use. All you have to do is click on any link. It doesn't matter if that's not even what you want. So if you click on a GoPro Fusion or anything like that and say you need spark plugs, you need a camera mount, anything like that, you just click on, say GoPro, and then search for your like Joby mount or a Rode mic or TR7 spark plug, something like that, and I'll get a commission for directing you to Amazon. Other ways, I have t-shirts, LTW t-shirts and hoodies. I plan on adding some more, but there are some that on there. I don't make a lot off of it. I didn't want to raise the price up too high, so I get like $2 or something off the t-shirt. So if you want a t-shirt and help me support the channel, you can do that. Other more direct links there's Patreon links where you can make a donation, or PayPal, and the money goes into buying equipment. Like this SLR camera is a lot of money. That tripod, this GoPro, Prochargers is all a lot of money to keep the channels up and running. The software, computers, so a lot. So I just ask, if you like the content and you want to see this get bigger and better, do one of the following, please.